No will, no trust.
Do you have are you gonna be able to list it?
I will.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
And what do you anticipate the equity being?
The house is paid for, and so I'm sure it would be worth at least 600,000-700,000.
All right, so this makes it easy. All they're looking to do is they will want to, the people who do the advance, they'll want to speak with the attorney. The attorney can assure them that there's substantial equity, and that's all they care about. As long as they know that the ability exists for them to get repaid, they can advance the money back and go online. And I think we probably just put it up. It's alltheleads.com/cash advance.
Yeah. And you know, to me, I've run into an attorney doing something like this at a much larger scale. Technically, there's probably a little bit of malpractice here. I certainly wouldn't want to, if I was you, ruin a relationship with an attorney, but go talk to another attorney that you have a little bit of a relationship with. Just run briefly the scenario by them. Use it as a touch point, an opportunity to deepen a relationship with that attorney. But it sounds like the attorney cost your client and his or her client a good caused them a good amount of stress. So there's not an immediate solution to get that money back that I can see. Now, an attorney in California might see something that we don't.
The one thing that you might also ask the son to ask for is for the son to ask the attorney if the check came back, was it made out to the son? Was it made out to you? Did you say it was made out to the attorney?
I actually don't know who the check was made out to. I'll have
Probably the estate.
Yeah, and if it's made to the estate, what you need to do is ask to make sure that you see that it was receipted into the escrow account for the attorney, so that fund's not lost in the shuffle somewhere, and that may get it flushed out as well. I mean, you have to play the high road. You can't attack, like Bruce said. You don't want to accuse anybody of anything. There's probably more to this than meets the eye, because if it's that big a house, that much equity, the attorney's not likely to jeopardize that relationship by doing something stupid. There's probably a reason that they did this. But cash advance will get the money out, and potentially, if your client needs money, they can actually get more money than just this amount of money out of the deal, because they can lend or advance rather. They can advance up to $500,000. So if the house has massive equity in it, I mean, your son-in-law, their son could, pull 50 grand out of it pretty easily.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Great. All right, guys. Sorry to ask you guys to ask your questions quickly. Let's go to Brooke here. We'll stay a little bit over. I have a 2 o'clock, but I'll delay that just a little bit. So we'll go a little bit long today. Brooke, how are you?
Hi there. Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. So I am with Team Linda Stewart. I know she's talked in here a couple of times, but we did attend your probate mastery class a couple weeks ago, and it was super helpful as far as phone calls go. The one thing I feel that we didn't touch on as much and that we have a question about is voicemails, because we're getting a lot of that. And the question is, what do you recommend as far as verbiage goes to get them to kind of know who you are, but also not tell them everything so they don't call you back?
Yep. So first call, depending on how quickly you're going to follow up that first call with a subsequent call. But if they don't answer on the first time I call, I am not going to leave a voicemail as long as I call back within a couple of days, preferably that day or the next day. If you have the bandwidth to call them back the next day, don't leave a voicemail the first time. The second time, I'm usually going to just quickly say, "Hey, this is Brooke, guys at Rosequist."
Yeah.
This is Brooke Rosequist calling for John Smith. If you have a moment, could you give me a really quick call back? Just leave it vague. Some people will listen to that and they won't call you back because it's vague, but some people will listen and call you back and call you back because it's vague. So leave the second message vague. You know, a month in, let's say you call a fourth time or something like that, maybe a month in, I'm going to go ahead and start to leave longer, more detailed messages because they've proven to you that they're not the kind of person that returns an unknown call or answer an unknown number. Once they prove that to me, and that's usually by the time I'm on my fourth call, if they haven't answered by the time I hit the fourth call, I know that it's just who they are. They're probably not going to answer an unknown number. So I'm just going to go ahead and start leaving some details. I treat that as an extension of my marketing. So this is Brooke Rosequist with the Linda Stewart team. I'm calling because of regarding the estate of John Doe. We have a service that helps families go through probate really quickly. We help with real estate, personal property needs, things like that. We could basically take anything off of your plate that you either don't know how to do or don't have time to handle. Would you call me back at this number and let me know if that's something of help? And by the way, please also give me a call back if this is absolutely not of interest, so that I at least know that I shouldn't be bothering you. Okay, I always leave that because I've had calls back from people that were calling to say, take me off the list, and then I turned them into clients. So I want to make sure that they're calling me back regardless. So I'm going to go into more detail around that fourth phone call. The second voicemail is going to be very generic.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep, for sure. Thanks. All right, Douglas, and then Vince.
Okay, hi everybody. I'll be quick. Rather than taking up a bunch of time with the details, you guys, this was a great class. Will there be a recording for this class sometime soon?
Yep, definitely.
Will
Should
that
be live on YouTube straight away.
Okay. All right, but so I need to be whatchamacallit, I need to be involved with you guys a bit. Okay.
You'll get an email replay, but on YouTube and Facebook, the recording that's running live right now is instantly available. So if you're on our
Okay.
YouTube channel or Facebook page, it's instantly available. If you're not, it'll get emailed to you
Okay.
within a day.
Beautiful. And for Brooke and for Aaron, I'm putting together a role play group. The idea is we're going to meet on Mondays, do a Zoom call, then break out into individual role play throughout the week, and then a recap on Fridays to see if we hit our numbers and hold each other accountable and set our goals for the following week. So
Awesome.
Brooke
You guys
and
should
Aaron,
communicate on the Facebook, All the Leads Mastermind Facebook group.
okay, I'll put my
Put
contact
those together.
information there for you guys. Okay, and the cash advance, I'd like to know if you can give me some advice on where and when to bring that up, because it's a powerful tool. But again, I'll just listen to the replay and get it there.
Sure.
And also, I just wanted to tell you that I shared one of your scripts that we did from 2 weeks ago with somebody who's been in the business since the 70s, and he was rather impressed with you guys, and he was very impressed with the web page you built me. So thank you.
Thank you, Douglas. Thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Douglas.
that.
Hey, just real quick, and I want to get to Vince as well, and I know we're running short on time, but all I want to just add one other point about this cash program. Anytime you're talking to a customer, anytime you're talking to anybody, anytime, any place, you always need to be looking for, we used to call it pain points or, points of contention or whatever. And you should always be asking questions that will flush out whether or not they have a cash need, whether they have, whether they need money. And at any point in that, if they do, and you can identify that either they're in the will or there's substantial equity and you know that they will participate in the disposition of that equity, or there's anything that they disclose to you that says they've got a substantial ability to repay at any point in that, if you've identified that, that's a prime candidate for a cash advance. And, pop in, put them in the system. You don't have to do anything. And more importantly, not only do they take care of it, but you get a small rebate out of it as well. So it's a source of revenue for you. So always think about that and keep that in mind as you talk to people. And you all should be doing that very, very frequently. And we don't see it as much as we should, because nothing's going to lock you down more in a customer's mind to be able to direct them to a place where you can put cash in their pocket when they most need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Vince.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, Douglas. Vince, go ahead and unmute yourself. It's good to see you again. Okay, should be able to unmute yourself now.
Down at the bottom right, right? Is the
He's
unmute?
unmuted. Can't hear anything yet, though.
Huh.
You might want to check the microphone. If you click that little arrow next to the mute button, the up arrow next to the mute button, you may be in audio settings running off of a different mic.
Bruce, we'll give him a second to unmute. I always feel compelled to share a story. I'm on the east coast of Florida. Vince is on the west coast. So when I was buying and flipping properties, anytime I had a deal over that area, I'd send it to him. And without fail, I'd send it to him, forget about it. Months later, I'd get a referral check. So I said, I like this guy. I got it. Vince, I'm sharing real quick. I'm sharing the shrimp boat story. So anyway, I think it was Roger Lacey or one of our clients in the Northeast said, I just finished a probate, but they have shrimp boats over in Southwest Florida. And I said, well, if anybody can do this, it's Vince. Months later, I got a referral check. And I said, what's this for? He said, the shrimp boats. I said, are you serious? So you got these shrimp boats, send them to Vince. Go ahead, Vince.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim, for that.
Sure.
We did get rid of the shrimp boats, but I've been active with all the leads, I think, for about 3 years now. And just to give you a reflection, I couldn't be happier. Last year's numbers, I made just under 100 grand of gross commission using all the leads. I think I paid 15,000 for my 2 counties. So needless to say, it's been a fabulous ROI for myself. And I continue to learn things all the time. I have not, over the last 3 years, ever called on an estate planning attorney. And we just started to do that in the last month or two. I sent out 25 letters the other day, and it got me 1 appointment. I haven't gotten any referrals yet, so it has yet to return anything. But they are reactive, and we because of the time I've been in it, we have a very good story. We offer a concierge level program. We do an awful lot for the people that we get to the closing table. And we present that very well. As a matter of fact, I've written an ebook. It's only 10 or 12 pages, but it's full of all the services that we offer. And I immediately send it to every single estate planning attorney and every personal representative that we get an email for. And that's helped tremendously. That we initiated that probably halfway through last year. And it really, really did a great job for us. And one of the things, and Jim and I speak frequently, and I missed the first part of the call, so you guys may have already addressed this, but one of the things, when you're cold calling and you get into that hammer point, and you're about to lose somebody or they're about to hang up on you, this last hook that Jim taught me the other day, have you switched your insurance company? And just shut up, because they have no idea that if they haven't switched their insurance company, they could be in trouble. And I don't know if this is just a Florida thing, but a lot of Florida insurance companies won't accept the insurance if there's something happens and the house has been vacant for a while. So I'm always learning from these guys at ATL. And like I said, it was 35% of my business last year. And by far the best returning thing that I paid for.
Amazing. By far the best returning thing that you've paid for. And that's what you're looking for, guys, is typically you're paying for a service. You want a 4 times ROI or 400% ROI. That's my personal threshold. Vince is 6 or 7 times at this point. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's been wonderful, and the company's great, the product is great, and the customer service is by far better than any lead source I've been licensed since 2008, and I've certainly bought my fair share of stupid products. And ATL is the one thing that it's probably the longest running thing, not only the best returning thing, but the longest running thing that I've ever paid for.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, Vince. Thank you. What a great way to end the call.
All right, guys, have a
I
great
do the
day.
heart sign.
Thanks so much.
And I'll come back at you, Bruce. Vince and I did a little role play, and my goodness, it's the best role play I've ever heard. You can tell this guy has done it a few times. So and somebody like that admits they have something to learn. I mean, we could all keep honing our skills. That's great. Thank you, sir. Would you like me to close, partners, or do you have something else?
Go get him, Tiger.
All right. I want to thank each of you for being here today. I want to particularly thank those that actively participated. I want to challenge each of you. Take one thing that inspired you on this call, go out and put it into practice, and please come back next Thursday and share your results with the group. Have a great week, everybody. See you same time next Thursday. Take care.